I'm Case.
And I'm Gavin. We have a great show for you today.
We'll be talking about corny pickup lines
and why finding substitute teachers is becoming more difficult.
Plus, are you interested in predicting the weather? Gabe Duhan talks to Southwest Louisiana meteorologist Wade Hampton about how he became a weatherman.
Let's get into it. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and many people are thinking about how to ask out their crush.
We talked to students around Sulphur High to hear their best pickup lines.
If you were a fruit, you'd be a fine apple.
Ooh.
Are you a beaver? Cause damn.
Yeah. Are you Jimmy? Cause I'm Fallon for you.
4 + 4 = 8, but you + me = fate.
Do you want to be Minecraft, but without the craft? do you get it?
Nope. I didn't.
Sulphur High has a lot of teachers that have heard some pretty wacky excuses from their students.
Here are some of those excuses.
The weirdest excuse I've gotten from a student is that their brains just aren't awake. I've had them try to make funny faces in my class, and that apparently wakes up their brain.
For a Beauty and the Beast rehearsal, I had a student tell me they were late because the line at Starbucks was too long.
I have had students come and tell me that the dog ate their book. So I'll usually say, could you bring in that book for me to look at? And several times they've brought in a book that's been chewed up. You can see that the teeth of the dog has been on it, and they've ripped out pages.
When one of the hurricanes blew through town, he didn't realize that his backpack was in the bed of his truck. And so when he eventually found the backpack after the hurricane had blown through, it was literally full of water, the entire backpack. He picked it up and like poured it out, just like pouring a pitcher. So as you can imagine, every bit of work, every notebook, every textbook, every paper, everything was just gone.
Some teachers are having a hard time getting substitutes.
Reporter Bailey Navarre looks at why staffing subs has been a challenge.
These days, you can find retired assistant principal Andrew Patton back on campus as a substitute teacher.
It gives me a chance to get back in the classroom and meet younger people and just be a part of education still.
Patton is in high demand because there seems to be a shortage of substitute teachers. Cindy Touchette is the business office clerk at Sulphur High School.
We have some that will apply, and I put their names down, and they'll sign up for a job, and they don't show up. We also have a hard time getting subs. Sometimes the students give them a hard time, and they're reluctant to come back.
Pay may also be a factor. Non-degreed subs make $70 a day. Degreed subs make $80, and certified subs make $93.
And most of them know that it's not a full-time job. It's just, like a part-time job, no benefits. So I don't know what would keep them here unless it's a pay raise.
Pay gets better for long-term subs, ranging from $218 to $257 a day. Patton says that he likes to sub for teachers because it helps them do the things they need to do.
That they have a shortage of substitutes, and they need as many people as they can so that the teachers, if they have to have an appointment or anything like that, can go meet their obligations.
Anyone who is interested in being a substitute teacher can apply at the main office on Broad Street. Bailey Navarre, CPSB-TV.
Predicting the weather can be an interesting career.
Reporter Gabe Duhan talked to KPLC's chief meteorologist Wade Hampton about the work he does.
I've been dreaming of becoming a meteorologist since 5th grade, and now I've had the chance to meet with KPLC Chief Meteorologist Wade Hampton.
Wade Hampton started at KPLC in August 2005, just weeks before Hurricanes Katrina and Rita hit Louisiana.
I took this job because my home area in Florida had been hit by a hurricane named Charlie the year before in 2004, and found this job listed here at KPLC in the summer of '05 and thought, it's on the Gulf Coast, there might be a hurricane threat that could end up covering one day.
Hampton's most memorable weather event is Hurricane Laura. Hampton went without sleep for almost 40 hours.
I remember telling my friends the weekend before it actually made landfall this is likely to be bad and need to prepare. This is probably going to be worse than Rita. I'll never forget that morning waking up when Laura had strengthened almost to a Category 5 hurricane. It was very strong Category 4.
In addition to forecasting the weather, Hampton also enjoys getting out into the community.
Well, I love going to events when Southwest Louisiana has festivals all the time. There's usually something going on every weekend. But I also enjoy the fact that, again, people do tune in to get life-saving information from us when that is needed. And that's not something I take lightly.
After 19 years and still counting, Hampton has been doing his part to help save lives in Southwest Louisiana. Gabe Duhon, CPSB-TV.
Many students would love to have longer lunch breaks.
In this South Park parody, one brave soul tries to make a convincing argument for more time.
My name is Luke Francois, and I go here to Sulphur High. I'm a junior, and I've come to make a plea to all of you. We need longer lunch times, and it's very serious things. My dear friend, Casey Hood, he's starving to death. He didn't have enough time to eat his food.
I'm hungry.
And all I need is 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. He's only 17, which is basically 8 years old, and I imagine I got to watch him grow up to be a successful businessman, but instead, I'm watching the light fade from his eyes because he didn't have enough time. I'm sorry. I'm not a very good speaker, but maybe I could put things best in the words of a timeless song. It was the heat of the moment, telling me what your heart meant. It was the heat of the moment, shining your eyes. I never meant to be so bad to you. It was the one thing that I'd said I'd never do.
A look from you and I would fall from grace, and that would wipe the smile right from my face. Do you remember when we used to dance, and incidents arose from circumstance? One thing led to another, we were young, and we would scream together songs unsung. It was the heat of the moment, telling me what my heart meant. It was the heat of the moment, showed in your eyes.
Please take this idea into consideration.
That's all we have for today's show. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to follow all of our socials.
Bye-bye.